Basketball in Europe is not a new thing. We've all seen the Real Madrids, Barcelonas, and Maccabi Tel Avivs, even Fenerbahces of the world playing in the EuroLeague. Europe has consistently been considered a hotbed for basketball talent, with the emergence of Victor Wembanyama from France, Nikola Jokic from Serbia, Luka Doncic from Slovenia, or even past NBA legends such as Tony Parker from France, or Dirk Nowitzki from Germany, and even Paul Gasol from Spain. Europe has progressed its basketball status to even being considered one of the most competitive leagues outside of the association. But what if I told you that in the mid-'80s in the northwest of England, a football club struggling to find relevance in a league dominated by Liverpool and the like would purchase a basketball team to further their brand? And what if I told you that that club was none other than Manchester United? The year is 1985. Man United are living off 2 FA Cup victories in the span of 3 years. With the English ban in place from European competition caused by a rise of English football hooliganism abroad, the club found itself in its 83rd year in the Football League and its 11th consecutive year in the top flight without a European competition to play in for 5 years. Now, Man United had not won a league title since 1967, and for some strange reason they'd make the weird, unexpected decision to buy a basketball team. The decision was driven by club lawyer/director Maurice Watkins, who would push to acquire the Warrington Vikings, rivals to the existing Manchester Giants in the area. This acquisition led to the club's ground, or should I say court, being the Stretford Leisure Centre, a municipal multi-sport facility that was also home to local swimmers and badminton players. And voila, the Red Devils basketball team was born. And in typical Man United fashion, well, probably not so much these days, the ownership scouting department would load this United side with talent, similar to how Fergie would do with his sides later on. More on Fergie in a bit. Man United would procure the services of Stockport native John Amache, an undrafted pick to the Cleveland Cavs and Hall of Famer who would make his pro debut against Michael Jordan, along with Will Brown and Jeff Jones, acquired as a part of the Warrington buyout, and Colin Irish, an NBA 5th-round pick to the Bullets from London. The head coach, Joe Welton, who finished 3rd with Warrington, losing in a final against Solent the previous year before the buyout, would prove to be the talisman United needed, as they instantly saw success, hoisting the league title in 1985 after beating Kingston behind Colin Irish's 47-point performance in a 109-107 finish. The team would then expand, merging with the then Manchester Giants despite strong opposition from Giant supporters and local media. United, despite a shaky start in Season 2, would rattle off 23 straight victories with the addition of Tom Brown and Dave Gardner. United would win the National League title. The success had Man United playing against the likes of Spanish powerhouses such as Real Madrid and Barcelona, 2 legendary basketball institutions to this day, and Sabona Zagreb with talents such as the Croatian beast known as Drazen Petrovic. Crowds up to 1,500 people rocked up to the meager Stretford Leisure Centre for European nights, gaining major attention in the paper and TV in a country where basketball is an afterthought, where proper basketball courts barely exist. Even players like Brian Robson and Paul McGrath would come and take part in watching the Red Devils. Quote, Jeff Jones to Man United, "We were paraded on the pitch after we won the league title after a league match at Old Trafford, and the crowd went crazy." Jones would even go on to suggest that a Red Devils arena was in the works, or at very least in discussion. The future was bright, but a change was coming, not only for the basketball team, but a change for the football team that in retrospect would propel Man United into the national spotlight and the world stage forever. Ron Atkinson Man United football side would continue to underperform, and the axe would drop in 1986. The coach of Scotland and European champion Aberdeen, Sir Alex Ferguson, would be appointed manager on November 6, 1986 at Old Trafford, and having a football team that was losing could not happen. The standards had to raise. 2 years after the creation of Man United basketball, they would go trophyless, and the allure of the team died down. More importantly, once their allure went, the financial losses would take center stage, and this team had 6 All-Stars to pay. The alleged talks about building an 8,000-seat arena near Old Trafford would also stall, and the focus went to the success of the football team. The Red Devil squad went from parading trophies around Old Trafford to quickly becoming an afterthought, especially with Sir Alex winning the FA Cup soon after his appointment. In my opinion, having a basketball team succeed in the faces of the football team wouldn't have made any manager happy, and a serial winner like Sir Alex, who I'm sure could care less about having a basketball team, would do anything to make the focus about his team. However, this is just an opinion, though Jeff Jones would say the feeling of the team felt different after the Atkinson departure. The team would be sold off to a consortium, and the Manchester Eagles would be reinstated in 1988. The United basketball experience was over. The players would continue to play as the Eagles after a few changes and are now known as the Manchester Giants today, still competing. As a fan of basketball and even a bigger fan of Man United, I would have been so happy to follow this team to see them play against Olympiacos, Real Madrid, or even Bayern Munich, having future NBA stars in our ranks like Luka at Real or Wemby at Mets 92. Alas, it wasn't to be. Instead, we got 13 league titles, a treble, 2 Champions League, and you know the rest. I guess I could live with that. This has been your boy Big Mikey with those Atlanta Reds. Till next time, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.